Hi, I'm Jessica Lahr, and welcome to our final edition of FLX Weekly here in 2016. It's December 28th, 2016, and I'm joined here in the studio with FingerLakes1.com President Jim Sinicropi, our lead news editor, Josh Durso, and our network administrator, Jessamy Uticone.
Hi, Jessica.
Hello there. Did you have a wonderful Christmas, I hope?
Yeah, it was great. It was a nice Christmas.
Agreed.
Yes?
It was a great Christmas.
You might get any incredible presents?
I got what I wanted. I wanted a new makeup bag for all my makeup.
How
Nice.
big is that bag?
It
Is
probably
that a
could
suitcase?
be bigger, basically.
I did not receive a makeup bag.
I didn't either.
I got new boots
Oh, that's nice.
that are not these boots, but
I know,
are
it's
exactly
looking-
the same as these boots, but brown.
Oh,
I got
nice.
this really great comforter. It's a cuddly dud.
cu-
A cuddly
Say that
dud.
again?
I've never heard
It
of
is
it.
the greatest thing I've ever encountered in my life, and
Really?
totally content with it.
You got a bunch of blankets too, and like really comfortable blankets.
Yeah.
I bought a blanket for,
Tis that time
for
of
my
year.
wife.
Yeah,
Oh.
a very expensive
It
blanket.
Oh,
It was north of $150, this blanket.
Pottery Barn.
You were right.
It'll
Good
do it.
call. How'd you know?
He just said
That's what I
it.
said.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice blanket, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
into
Pottery
it.
Barn is...
I don't
Blankets are one of
regret
those things, though. You get what you pay for, though.
I guess so. I
Yes.
thought I might regret it, but I don't.
Good.
I don't have buyer's remorse. in this blanket.
Did she enjoy it?
She also enjoys it.
Well, we'll
Good.
get more
Makes it
use
worth it.
than that, though. You know, like a good blanket
Right.
Yeah.
My
around
boots.
here.
That's true
that's
when you
true.
think about it.
But something that you can't actually wear, a blanket, is top of the line as far as what's going to get used.
True.
Our boys got new comforter sets.
I tell you, it's the
So-
year of the blanket.
It's
and
the year of the
comforters.
blanket.
Blankets had a good year.
The year of the blankets. The Christmas of blankets.
My daughter got a pop-up tent for her bed. It's basically it sits on top of the mattress and it's a big dome and she can go in there and
It's their own
just
little
be
world.
private in there.
A
I guess. Yeah.
pop-up tent, not a canopy.
No, it actually sits on the mattress and when you unfold it, it kind of pops up and you secure a couple
Oh,
things and it's like its own little room on top of the bed.
Wow.
that's so cute. I've never seen that.
And at 11 years old, the last 2 days she stayed home alone in the morning.
Good for her.
Kind of a milestone,
Whoa.
right?
Yeah, that's big.
Oh,
good for
man.
everybody.
It's scary, right?
Yep.
It's great though. Think of all the possibilities now that she
And
can stay at home alone. I don't know how long, but for 2-3 hours she's fine.
Your daughter
started
also strikes me
babysitting at
as more
11.
responsible than the average.
I don't know if responsible's the word.
Mature.
I don't think you have to worry about your house being burned down.
Dependable.
No, she is responsible in that regard. But
Yes.
as far as, throwing away this milk in the cereal bowl when she's done,
well.
and stuff like that, and taking a straw off a Capri Sun and just throwing it on the floor, and leaving it.
I know some
Yeah.
20-somethings that struggle with that, so.
But anyways, Christmas is over now, and we're in the
I
middle
know.
of the holiday season, and New Year's is
Yep.
next, and then it's the long grind through the end of winter here in the Finger
Yeah.
I
Lakes.
know. Oh, I know. But it's been a great year.
Yeah, it has
So-
been a good year. 2016 overall was a good year, I think, for most everybody in this room.
Agreed.
I think so. Any moments that stick out?
Well, to me, this year has kind of been about watching that casino out in Tyre just pop up,
Crazy.
amazingly in the course of 12 months. It just went from nothing to something, and it's going to open in a month from now.
Yeah.
Big
crazy.
new website relaunch.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
relaunched
That's
FingerLakes1.com. That was a long time coming, and that was a grind unto itself to get that done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's personally, I don't have anything that really sticks out. It was another year. We got a new puppy.
Georgie.
Yeah,
Covered in George's hair right now because he was on
Yeah.
my lap just prior to the show.
Is he downstairs?
He's down there.
Jim, shame on you.
You
You
got
should
here a
be in my
little
lap
earlier.
right now.
He's getting
so
a little
cute.
more squirmy and a little more vocal.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
he could ruin a show like this or make it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it.
what do you
this
guys
time.
what do you guys think most about 2016 when you look back on it?
For me, club championship.
Oh yeah, Josh is the Silver Creek Club
Yeah.
Championship, and he'll
Club
retain that
championship.
title through next year.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty cool.
He's reigning right now.
Raining.
You're
That's
reigning.
I
right.
am raining all over the place.
That's
He needs a
amazing.
crown. He's the reigning.
He's got a plaque.
I have a plaque.
Oh, he has a plaque.
Plaque is better than a crown. I wouldn't wear a crown.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Well, you have experience with
I'm
crowns.
just kidding.
Right.
I don't.
I'm just teasing.
A lot of
Yeah.
big celebrity deaths this
Oof.
year.
Oh, I know.
80s
Too many.
icons.
Yeah, musicians mostly that
I know.
affect me.
Yeah.
Not really affected by it, but that certainly were important to me.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Well, you're a musician, so
Yeah.
yeah, you're inspired by them.
Carrie Fisher, most
Right.
Carrie
recently.
Fisher, yeah. That affects almost
Too young
a whole
for her.
generation.
Yeah.
That one, people.
I was gonna
I
say,
wonder if
George
she
Michael
was-
wasn't that old, was he?
No, George Michael was 50.
53?
53?
I'm sure Carrie Fisher was scheduled to appear in some of these new Star Wars movies that Disney's making too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I wonder how
Well,
they'll
and she
handle that.
also worked on a lot of scripts for that sort of stuff. She was sought after as a
Oh, really?
script toucher-upper.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about you, Jess? 2016. You were
Oh.
Mrs. New York State America 2015, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you were not reigning over anything in 2016.
No, but it was so neat to watch our new Mrs. New York. Well, not our new, the reigning 2016.
Right.
We just crowned our 2017 queen, but to watch Allison in her year, it was really neat to kind of follow her and on her path to Mrs. America and stuff.
Wow.
And yeah, the kids played soccer this year, and that was just really exciting as a parent to see them both to spend a morning at the field. I love that. And we went to Disney World, which was something I had never done as a child, so that was a magical moment for
Really?
sure. Yeah, with my in-laws, it was really special.
It's fun.
So those were like the highlights of the year. Bringing you guys on the show, that was a great
Definitely.
highlight. It wasn't the same without you, and
Great choice.
it really was. It really was. I enjoy it so much. So yeah, it's a good year.
So New Year's Eve this weekend, so everybody's probably wondering what the weather's going to be like before
Yes.
they make their plans.
Yes.
Um,
What's it looking like?
well,
Nice. Good for driving.
actually pretty nice this week, but it's going to cool down a little bit end of the week, and then we're going to get some snow Friday. Nothing major, but 70% chance of snow showers. High will be lucky to reach 30, and then Saturday it'll be a little bit warmer with a high near 34. Some snow likely in the afternoon, but then Saturday night, a chance of snow showers before midnight, low of 29, 40% chance. So a little snow in the air on New Year's Eve would be nice, and it's not going to be too cold. And then it'll warm up a little bit on Sunday, New Year's Day.
yeah.
Partly sunny, high of 36, and then heading into next week, the first week of 2017,
Yeah.
living in the future,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be pushing up into the mid-40s.
Oh, good.
So,
But there will be snow on the ground for New Year's.
yeah, so maybe that's
Yeah.
the end of
And maybe in the
winter.
Yeah, right. Well, last year it warmed
Yeah,
up and
I know
it
it.
stayed warm, so you never know.
But check out the forecast and radar, as always, at our local weather center at fingerlakes1.com.
Yes. Yes. Well, that'll be nice. Last Christmas was perfect for driving. So it looks like there
Last
might be a
Christmas, like
yes.
with George Michael?
Oh.
little... Yeah. Yeah. Aw.
In fact, his last Christmas.
Actually,
So
his
just be
last.
careful on the roads for New Year's Eve. It sounds like there's going to be a little bit of snow. Well, what do we have going on this weekend other than New Year's?
There's things. And here they are. Here are those things. The Montezuma Audubon Center is holding a hot cocoa and snowshoe hike on Friday afternoon from 1 to 3
Ooh.
p.m. Hot cocoa and snowshoe hike.
How do you snowshoe
had me
hike
at
when
Coco.
it's all green? It's
Are
all
you
green
ready?
outside.
Listen. Hike through snow-muffled forests and grasslands and onward to the usually inaccessible Crusoe Lake. It's not normally accessible, but it is now.
By foot.
Right. You can explore where you're going to explore hardy winter birds and signs of active mammals.
I love mammals.
Wow.
Active
are great.
mammals, especially. I assume that means like footprints and broken sticks on the trail. After the hike, warm up with a cup of hot cocoa in the center. They have snowshoes available for rent.
That's something different.
Yeah. I've never done
strap on
that.
some snowshoes
Sounds fun.
and check out some active mammals. There are special New Year's Eve dinners being held at restaurants across the region. Of course, there are. Everybody's got their reservations, hopefully already, maybe not.
Yeah.
2 notable annual dinners are held at Glenora in Dundee and Dr. Frank's Winemaker's Dinner at the Culinary Center in Canandaigua. At the Bellhurst Castle in Geneva and at the Aurora Inn in Aurora. New Year's Eve is usually a big night in all the local restaurants, So if you haven't made your reservations, as I said at the top of that, please do. You
Probably
should.
out
Get to
of
it.
luck.
Yeah.
Getting to be out of luck.
I think we're going to the Sunset.
Really? That's something different?
Yeah.
You usually go to Ports,
We
right?
usually go to Ports. We're
Mhm.
trying
Oh, I
to
love
do
Ports.
something different this year. I don't know.
Sunset is in.
Auburn.
Oh.
Haven't been there. In
You ever
years.
been to the Sunset in
No.
Auburn? That's an old time. That's a staple of Auburn.
It is, and I think we're going to go there. Something.
Ooh.
Did you have reservations?
We did.
Okay.
We did.
He's a smart man.
We did indeed. We tried to get reservations at the Gould, and they were booked solid. So,
Well, good for the Goulds.
Finger Lakes Gaming in Farmington is holding a New Year's celebration with fireworks at midnight on New Year's Eve.
That'd be fun.
That's something
Wow.
different too.
I've
You
never
like
seen
fireworks?
Dig fireworks.
Yeah, sure. And as I said here, we tried to make reservations to eat, but one of the most unique and exciting places to be on New Year's Eve is in downtown Seneca Falls for
Yes.
the
Yeah.
ball drop at the Gould Hotel.
Of course.
Huge.
So wherever we eat, we always end up there anyway.
Right, and I imagine I will end up there as well. But I can't guarantee it. Josh is going to cover it this year.
Yeah,
Finger Lakes
we're gonna,
One.
You doing
we're
it?
gonna we're
Good.
gonna try and make that happen for sure.
That's great news.
Great.
Yeah. The video will live on.
I'll stop in and say hello.
Yeah.
Be there reveling.
We might. There's a small chance we might live stream it still. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's just the.
Yeah.
But we have in the past live streamed it or prepared a video
Yeah.
for the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really an awesome.
It's
It's
a
an
great
awesome event.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And it doesn't last very long.
No.
That street will be bare at about 20 of 12, and by 10 of 12, it's just packed. And
Oh,
then,
really?
And by quarter after 12, it's empty again. So
When
you
he
got
says packed,
Oh.
he means packed.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
remember the video
It's
last
insane.
year.
with lots of
Yeah.
good
It looks fun.
spirit and
Man, people come
Yeah.
from everywhere. And
Yeah.
It's like a little ball drop. It's great.
yeah,
I
no, it is.
know.
It's good, and it's
Yeah.
not even like a little ball drop.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
that. The Gould's big. It's perfect. It was originally in Antonina's,
Classic.
which was great for several years. Now it's at the Gould, but it's almost like the Gould was made for it.
I
Yeah,
that's
almost
perfect
think that this
overhang
is a
there.
better venue for it.
It seems more like the heart of town, but
Yeah.
I can't forget the classic days.
The second
Yes.
district,
Yeah.
over by
Second
Antonina's.
Great stuff.
Oh.
I
Walking
remember the
across bridge.
first ball drop ever. Chad McDermott at Antonina's is a good friend of mine, and he used to live in an apartment above Antonina's, and he had a big party at his apartment, and then we went outside and watched the ball drop, and there was probably 100 people maybe for the
Oh,
first
wow.
one, but it was something different, and that was
I was gonna say, what year was that?
15 to 17 years ago.
Wow.
I get official number on that, but it was a while. It's been, this tradition has happened for a while.
That's
So
neat.
in Seneca Falls, we have the wonderful weekend and the wonderful run, and it's
Yep.
bookends the holiday season with this ball drop.
Yeah.
How many
Festive
people do
little
we
town.
think show up? How many people do we think are there, packed in? Because everyone always—that's the question I always get about it. Like, how many people are there?
I would guess 400,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say a little more than that, but there's definitely
maybe more,
hundreds.
depending on the weather.
Hundreds, yeah.
Hundreds. Okay.
Between 4 and 5, I would say.
Okay.
There's a lot.
It was packed.
Yeah, it's
last
great.
Year.
It's really cool, and
From the
everybody's
video. I wasn't
Yeah.
there, but
everybody's happy to ring in the new year with everybody else, and it's always
Yeah.
a good time.
yeah. Oh, good.
So yeah,
If you
Well,
want to
that'll
see
be
me,
fun.
I'll be there. Come.
I will find you with the
He
camera.
I'll
really
sign
will.
autographs.
Yes. A
I
sign.
will. I will.
Yes. Bring your pens and your autograph books.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. For Josh and Jessamy. All right. Well, what's going on in the news, Josh?
well, really, what's gone on in the
Yeah.
news? What's the top stories
this is-
of the year?
So this is
Oh.
and maybe not even as
Your
much
recap?
specific stories, but more like storylines throughout the whole year.
Sure.
Sure,
Oh,
Josh.
okay.
So we'll start off with the one that is more recent in people's memory. FLX Table leading the USA Today
Yeah.
poll for best new restaurant.
Great.
Huge.
Polling is open until January 2nd. The restaurant seats just 12 people, I understand, and it's competing against cities include New York City, Chicago, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Los Angeles, San Diego. If this is just my opinion, if FLX Table wins this thing and they are still currently in first place, that's the story of the year.
Yeah.
there.
That's
To me,
huge.
that's
Winning
the story
a
of the year.
contest.
Winning that that
poll?
is a national, that is the title of, that is the distinction, best new restaurant in the USA.
Yeah, that's a national award,
mean-
and that's great and everything. Story of the year. I don't
Feel
know.
Oh.
good story of the year,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's a poll. So any of these things that are, and I don't want to sound like a Scrooge here, but anything that's a poll is always rigged somehow. You know, not rigged to be unfair, but whoever can get the most people to vote.
Popularity vote, you're saying.
Now, if it was Zaggett's had rated it the highest or something,
Right.
I would feel better about it, but. Yeah, it's great. I
mean,
haven't eaten there yet. I can't wait to eat
this
there.
award is the kind of thing that gets Zaggett's to get in there and maybe rate them.
True.
Right, and I mean, if that is taking that into account, because that's something I always think about. But how could New York City not churn out more people than Geneva, New York, to vote for, vote for their restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but yeah, if they win, that would be great, and I want to go eat there.
Yeah,
yes,
It's
me too.
group dining. They have one table.
11
Yep.
of your friends.
Yep. And you don't have to go with your friends. You can call and
No,
maybe
you
get
just go and they fit you in. You sit with other people.
But you have to call and man, 2 seatings
hibachi.
during the night, like a 5:30, 7:30,
yeah. I
or
think they
something
do
like
like
that.
2 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is.
It is. I would
to
like
do
to eat there.
Yep,
It's fascinating,
me too.
and it's an
It's one of my
experience.
goals for
It's an experience
2017.
more than it's like a
Right.
Let's go.
Another big story this year was the Seneca Falls Town Board passing local law number 3 by a vote of 4-1 on December 6th. The law limits future and current solid waste facilities from operating and expanding in Seneca Falls beyond December 31st, 2025. It was an intensely debated subject the entire year.
It was.
Some felt that the election was a referendum on the subject and that it should die after the 2 appointed board members lost their bid, but that did not stop them.
Didn't die.
And the board wound up voting 4-1, so there were 2 other board members who
So
voted
ultimately,
in.
that's a big story because all year long there were the protests, the public protests and the marches and the whole political drama surrounding the election. So yeah, that's a story of the year for sure, especially here in Seneca Falls, but it affects everybody around Seneca Falls too.
Right, and meetings with, 30, 40, 50, 60. One of the meetings had 63 speakers. I believe it was in May. Just crazy, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Another political story of the year, of course, Pam Helming replaces longtime New York State Senator Michael Nozzolio in the 54th District. Helming won a 3-way race against Floyd Rayburn and Keenan Baldridge. Rayburn seemed to put up a good fight during the primary, but barely made a ripple in the general election. Helming replaces Nozzolio, who served the Finger Lakes for 34 years.
Yeah.
34.
Aw.
And perhaps the story of 2017 in the 54th District as it pertains to this will be just sort of seeing how Helming lives up to or lives through or tries to break out of the shadow of Nozzolio because he has really had an impact.
Looking back at 2016, that was the huge election, and we had all the candidates up here for your Inside the FLX show. So we had a half an hour with each candidate, and then we had the debate, the big debate.
Yeah.
And then we talked to Pam Helming before when it was clear she was going to win on election night live.
Yep.
So Finger Lakes 1 was all over that election. Good for us.
Good for us is right.
You know what makes me upset though? I had a friend, more than one friend, but I had a friend who's after the election said, I didn't even know who to vote for. I don't know anything about these candidates. I was like, well, your friend has this website that we basically you
Your
could
old buddy
have
Jim
all the
here.
information you could have wanted to know to be an informed voter on this important local race.
Yep.
So shame on
A
you,
click
friend.
away.
Shame on you.
Shame.
That's disappointing. You know what else is disappointing?
What's that, Josh?
The disappearance of Tim Hortons.
Oh.
Because that happened this
Oh,
year.
And it happened
That
fast.
happened this year, and that happened fast is right. So the last Tim Hortons location, so pretty much every Tim Hortons between Seneca Falls and Syracuse closed abruptly in the beginning of the year. Seneca Falls just put a little crappy sign up on the door, and boom, they were gone. Location right in downtown Syracuse, closed up shop with no warning or anything. They kept the Weedsport location open. Now we just found out, as you all just saw on the screen there, they're closing on New Year's Eve.
Are they open
So
though
it's
on New
done.
Year's Eve? If that's where I want to go, I can go.
That
Weedsport, Tim
apparently,
Hortons.
apparently that is their last day of operation.
Huh.
So if you'd like, there's still time to have your New Year's Eve celebration right there.
I prefer Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks over Tim Hortons.
Can we
Yeah.
get a Starbucks?
Agreed.
Probably not.
Agreed.
Maybe Geneva could get one.
Geneva.
Tim Hortons has very
It's
bitter
time.
coffee.
And I don't like their to-go cups. I just don't
Yeah.
like the Dunk. I don't like theirs. It's
The paper.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the way
Versus
that
the
it
styrofoam.
leaks a lot at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So
So all Tim Hortons.
solid waste.
All Tim. Well, if you go west,
As you
like
go
Geneva,
west,
Right, but here-
they're there. They're
there are
good.
Tim Hortons,
But
but here in Syracuse,
here east, just
gone.
gone.
And they were gone overnight.
Yeah.
Practically.
I didn't know
Literally.
it happened. I did notice that, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that that's exactly how it happened. It
So,
went down.
and then perhaps the last big story, and this is something that people are going to have to start thinking about heading into 2017.
I'm ready, Josh.
The Finger Lakes region is growing, but New York State is shrinking. 2 reports were released showing a decline in population in New York State while highlighting the growth in the Finger Lakes. So last week, Jim pointed out that report about the Finger Lakes, saying that people come from within like a 400-mile radius, and they tend to be an older, upscale crowd. We also, New York State as a whole, lost the equivalent of the 4th largest city in population in New York State, which was about 190,000 people.
Wow.
Left New York for other states. The biggest grabber out of all the states in the U.S. from New Yorkers is Florida.
Sure.
So Florida is
From
picking
one
up.
extreme to the
And the fascinating thing about it is for all the people who said Florida was this barren, industrial, worthless place, businesses are going to Florida. It isn't just retired people going to Florida. New York really has
It's
to
all
start
about
picking it up.
taxes. First of all, there's no state income tax in Florida, so that's an incentive. But I don't like alligators.
Agreed. Alligators
That's
are no
deterrent.
good,
Yeah,
no, thank you.
especially on a golf course.
Florida's a crap
Oh
hole.
no.
It is.
Spoken like a true New Yorker.
It's a crap hole.
Yep.
Crap hole. Sandy crap hole.
My 3rd grade teacher.
I've only been once. It was
But yeah,
this year.
It's tough. New York's tough.
Yeah. That's the.
It's not right. Our government's terrible.
So more
state
people are
government
coming
is
to the
awful.
Finger Lakes, which is great for us
Mm-hmm.
at Finger Lakes 1.
But they're not moving from elsewhere in the state
Yeah,
to
right.
the Finger Lakes because that would be a wash.
Yeah.
These people are coming from out of the state.
They're just visiting
Moving.
us. They're visiting and leaving.
Mm.
What
We
do you
need them
mean?
to stay.
No, that we're growing in population. They're living
coming
here,
from
right?
out of state.
No, they're visiting.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the-
it's been a
it's the
banner
tourism.
year. We're on the upswing tourism-wise in the
Yeah.
Finger Lakes,
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt. I can see it when I'm out and about,
Yeah.
or when I go on the wine trail a couple times
Oh,
a year.
yeah.
You know, you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
it, or when you go to one of the various festivals we always highlight here. But
Yep.
so we are running short on time
That's
here.
that.
Okay.
Let's get out of news here.
All right. Well,
Good
thanks,
job,
Josh.
Josh.
That was great.
Nice to see you, Rika.
What's going on in sports?
Sports. The
Yep.
Bills, ironically, will play the Jets for the final week of the season as Rex Ryan was fired.
Yes.
He led both of those franchises he left them no better off than when he found them. That's 1 o'clock on CBS. That game is irrelevant. Syracuse basketball opens up ACC conference play at Boston College at 12:30 p.m. That game's on ESPNU. Syracuse beat Cornell last night. High school basketball, we're on like a 14-day hiatus, which is unheard of for us here at Finger Lakes 1 in terms of live coverage of basketball games. We'll be back on next Friday, January 6th, I believe. Palmac will be at Geneva. Upstate Hoops podcast will return on Sunday night, and then we really get into full swing with the high school basketball action. And, of course, this weekend's the college football playoffs. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Washington against number 1 seed Alabama, 3 o'clock on ESPN, and the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, Ohio State versus Clemson, 7 o'clock on ESPN at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. And everything I hate about college football can be summed up in what I read there. University of Phoenix Stadium, that's an online university. It's not like you. And the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl and the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. And the Peach Bowl is a semifinal, national semifinal game. And just whatever. So we'll have all the scores this weekend, all weekend long at FingerLakes1.com.
All righty. That's great. All right. Well, let's take a look at this week's past week's top photos, shall we?
There's got to be some good ones.
Yes.
The last
yes.
week of the year.
Yes.
Here they are.
Well, we'll start with a pair from Chris Trine, who was at Sodus Bay on Monday morning.
Way to frame
Sun,
those trees.
south winds, and ice provided this great sunrise on the day after Christmas.
Beautiful.
I was going to say, I feel like I'm looking at a GoPro camera
Without
picture.
those trees to give it depth in the foreground, that's not a good picture. He did a good job there.
You're right.
Chris Trine does a good job.
Yeah.
He's got another one here.
Yep, broken up ice on display along the Sodus
Nice
Bay
too.
shoreline captured Monday morning's sunrise. Wow,
Beautiful.
that's such a cool shot.
It is. The sun's shining through that piece of ice.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. All right, from Shelley Lannon, time and weather are taking this barn on Tile Yard Road in Seneca Castle as seen on Wednesday evening.
Josh can't handle it. That's the kind of picture that gets
Love
Josh.
that. I
man.
love that picture.
He does.
She's apparently check her out on Facebook. She's documenting the demise of that
She's-
barn.
Yeah,
Oh.
click by click.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, she says that owners are repurposing most of the woods, so
Really cool.
yeah.
For another
it's
barn?
beautiful. I don't know.
That she'll photograph until it's.
I don't know.
That is a cool shot, though.
It
Good
is.
job, good
Think
job.
of what that barn has seen.
Right. So neat. She also caught the snowy owl who was perched on a pole Christmas Day in the town of Seneca.
That guy.
Oh my gosh.
You
I
don't
love
see those all
owls.
the time.
No, those are the prize trophy of all the local photographers.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you have your
The snow.
camera on you at that moment. You're
Oh my
loving it.
goodness.
If you came face to face with that, it would you'd be scared.
It's gorgeous
Yeah.
though.
Something
Great,
you might see
great
at the
shot.
Montezuma snowshoe hike if you're walking around.
True.
This weekend. That's right.
Great plug.
Well, thanks for sharing with us. That's beautiful. Karen Bartow sent us this photo from Seneca Falls at daybreak on Thursday morning as the sun revealed the new fallen snow.
And Karen revealed to us that she didn't go outside to take that photo. If you look
Oh.
I
closely,
can see that.
you can
Got
see
a little window reflection going on there on the right side.
it. Still pretty cool.
It is. Awesome. Bobby Kurz sent this photo of Elm Street Creek in Penyan as seen on Thursday evening. This was one of the Penyan creeks that flooded in May of 2014, that was devastating.
That was bad.
Right.
Look at that
And
thing.
that's just amazing. What a great shot.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Bob Hayson shared...
Tyson.
Nice.
Sorry.
Thank you. Shared this photo from Sampson Veterans Cemetery in Romulus taken on Christmas morning.
They have a ceremony to lay those wreaths the week before Christmas, and
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Special. My grandpa's there. All right. Finally, from Rachel Burkholder, High Falls in Rochester as seen in the early evening on Christmas Day.
A little outside our
Beautiful.
normal coverage area, but very
Yeah.
nice, Rachel. You've done it again.
Yep. Gorgeous. Well, great photos, everyone. And if you'd like to share your local photos from across the region, click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right of our homepage here at FingerLakes1.com. Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of FLX Weekly. And remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe. And if you'd like to send us an email, send an email to contact@fingerlakes1.com. We'll be back live next Wednesday at 12:30 for our first show of 2017. Thanks for following us this year. And until then, have a great weekend and a very safe and happy New Year.
Happy New Year.